Welcome back to the Electrosports Baseball League, and we're into the World Series. A best of three stands ahead of us against the third seed from Fail Brigade Peninsula Transport team, up against the fourth seeded Wretched Minstrels from Bad Company. Both teams having to dig deep to make it this far. Although saying that, the Minstrels swept the Sunshine Fun Bus 2-0, and then came back from one game down against the Picks Creek Miners to ascend to the World Series games. Over in Fail Brigade, Peninsula Transport had to muscle their way past Support Miggins Pirates, which they did with no problem at all, before overcoming the Nomads in a 2-1 nail-biter of a series to make it here today. Now, because it's a three-game series, we're going to simulate the first game. Oh yeah, that's the thing that's going to happen, and it's a close one, 4-3, the final score, and the Minstrels take a one-game lead. We will now watch the games progress. If it goes to 2 games, we'll watch both. Brace yourselves; it's going to be exciting. Well, here we are at the Swagger Centre, and it will be Papal Event Horizon for Peninsula Transport. First up to bat, the Minstrels with home field advantage. No, I have no idea if it's an advantage or not. Oh, it's a bit of a foggy old day, possibly down to the fireworks having gone off or similar. Tobin Jocula's on the mound, and Papal wastes no time at all in setting fire to that one. It's then caught, so that's the end of that then. You've got Kira Refund next up to bat. Jocula, who's got a 15.75 ERA in the playoffs so far. That was a little on the low side. 2 balls now, 1 strike. Kira Refund gets it only as far as first base. Guta Buam there, running back with it. Did not look quick. No. And now a solid player, Kujorski, as there's 2 outs for the Minstrels. And that's just popped up, not very far at all, picked off by Pingu Specific, and as Peninsula Transport retired. We'll get our first look at Randy Shanghai for the Minstrels. Big hair. His helmet can barely contain it. Strike 1. You're looking at the pitching of Unlucky Jackson. Will she be unlucky today? Well, that one's gone foul, so it's 2 strikes already. That one has gone to centre field. She's going to get a base hit off that one. Pablo Ramirez there throwing to Mighty Buffon, who's occupying the shortstop position. Here's the catcher, Rourke Justice. Runner now on first. And runner's making a play over the second. And that's one of the safest things you can do if you've got any kind of pace at all. And, Jackson's going to have to figure out a way through this. That's 2 balls in a row. That one's fouled off. Are we going to go for another steal? No, they're not that stupid. Although this could be trouble. There's the tag. And, 1 out. But we made the first base there. His first baseman, Scooter Buam. And he's a big lad. The thing is, will he hit as big as he is a lad? It certainly looks like it. That one's got some mileage. And, no, that's not going to affect the resale rate at all. That one off the safety fence that stops it interfering with traffic, and a 425-foot home run opens the scoring for the Minstrels as Buam makes some magic. Here's Shamrock Bubblejets. Not seen him much in action lately. Oh, he's looking confident. Look at that smile on his face. What a happy-go-lucky kind of fella he is. Ball 2. Jackson starting to feel a little bit tense. Well, you would. It's a big game, and Shamrock there doing enough to get himself a base hit. Well, okay, yeah, 2-0 the score. And next up, we're seeing Pingu Specific. Only a 250 average at bat in the playoffs. But it all comes down to your last at bat. Doesn't matter what you've done before that. 3 balls in a row. Jackson maybe showing some pressure. Gives up a walk. And Specific taking a base. Here's Jerome Disquiet. Runners now first and second. Only 1 out. Is Jerome feeling lively? Well, he looks it. I mean, it very much looks like he's got ants in his pants, but that's another 3 balls in a row. Jackson Manages to throw a strike, and that in itself is fairly miraculous. In that stripy onesie that Peninsula Transport call a uniform, and they're going for home. And Joe got greedy, didn't work. Out number 2. With his ankle brace on, his scowling Frank Fiasco. His bat is erect, but how is his performance otherwise? Well, it's 2 outs, runners first and second. That's a ball. Jackson throwing some right clunkers here. Oh, flipping, come on. And just, would you? There we go, it's another walk. Loading up the bases once again, and Fiasco with all manner of equipment trying to keep him in one piece. Breathes a sigh of relief and takes first base, and is Clem rigid. 2 runs batted in for him over the course of the playoffs, a shortstop. And that one's fouled. Well, I mean, the Minstrels already have the lead. Any kind of decent hit here could be solid, but I don't think that one's got the mustard. It's not. It hasn't got the mustard. It's got ketchup at best. And that's out number 3. Breathing a sigh of relief there. Peninsula Transport managing to give up 2 runs, but it could have been so much worse. So much worse. Here's Shep rotten. You can tell he's rotten. Just look at that facial hair. Well, I mean, he's got to find a way through here. We need to see some action from Peninsula Transport. Although all this series is done early, as the Minstrels do lead the series so far, and that's been caught swinging there. I mean, the pitches that were coming his way were a load of old rubbish, but somehow it's just swinging at him anyway. It's just on tilt. Here's Mighty Buffon, batting .391, a solid performance so far, and that's going to be caught. Out number 2. Well, this is all good, lads. Keep it up, because a nice quick game works in my favour. Here's Poncho Ramirez, not Pablo. I don't know who Pablo is. Distant relative. And he's batting .059. Those are crampon-style numbers. Is he going to do anything? Or is he just going to stand there? Well, he's had 3 balls so far. Here comes the next one. And gets a walk. And neither pitcher seemingly able to find the target reliably. His Chester Crank Fonz, the second baseman. And there goes the steal. Nope. Oh, well. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, idiots. And Peninsula Transport, again, failing to make any headway. Here is the starting pitcher, Tobin Jocular, for the Minstrels. Game's on the line. Strike 1. Okay, yep. And ball 1 there. Jocular, he's got a .333 average, but he's blatted that way up skywards and is readily picked off without too much fuss at all. Right, back round to the start of the order. It's Randy Shanghai to try and build on the impressive reputation he has as an impressive reputational hitter. 2 strikes now, no balls. Fouls out one off. That one is giving himself up there without much of a challenge. Out number 2. Moving out to Rock Justice, the catcher. Nothing doing for her from her first at bat. But we'll see what happens with her second at bat. Strike 1. Ball 1. Ball 2. Yeah. Okay. Unlucky Jackson now, having cruised past 40 pitches. And that one's fouled off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's a full count. And there's another walk. Well, I can tell you who's not going to be MVP. Who? Well, based on what we've seen so far, none of them other than Scooter Boam, who has a home run to his name. And a runner on first, ready to capitalise. Should have flipped Pinnock. He took a big old swing at that one, but missed. He took a reasonably sized swing at that one as well. He's going to get caught. And it's all out. At the end of 2, it is the Wretched Minstrels 2. Peninsula Transport, less than that. Here's Chester Crankfalls, the second baseman, up for a second at bat. And what are we likely to see here? Well, an optimistic dive there from the shortstop, and it's a base hit. Well, I say optimistic, the ball was already over his head. I mean, he just kind of goes, I'll fall on the floor, otherwise the coach will yell at me for not putting enough effort. Here's Jermaine Ark discharge, and he's ready to discharge the ball into an aggressive field position, given half a chance. And he has done, and it's going to be caught. And how's that? Get off my fields. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. All right, okay. 1 out is Unlucky Jackson, the pitcher. And not just unlucky, but untalented as well when it comes to batting. There's the sacrifice. Out number 2. All right, you go for a bunt if you feel like it. And I can't see how it's going to benefit you. Here's Papal Event Horizon. A player we know a little more about. But his fitness is currently lacking. He's given that one some steam, though. Oh, yeah. He's put all the coal in the furnace. And that's boiled the big kettle. And the train is motoring as Peninsula Transport draw level here in the 3rd inning. Kira Refund up next. 2 outs now. And it's going to be... is Kira Refund going to build on the pressure that has been built so far? Is that pressure a strong foundation? Or is it built on sand? Jumping a catch attempt there, but it didn't come off. Nice hits. Takes a base. Still 2 outs. Kujawski, very confident. Batting .450. 2 home runs in the playoffs. And that one's just going to dribble its way out to centre field in a fairly lackadaisical kind of fashion. But it's good enough. I'm not judging. I'm saying that's perfectly good. Here's the hideously faced Shep Rotten. And he's shimmying his hips in a hello there kind of a fashion. But I think he's going to be sleeping alone this evening unless he can turn in some kind of performance here. Meanwhile, Tobin Jocular's confidence is all over the place. And his accuracy has dropped to nothing. Well, that's going to be exciting. Yep, there it is. Rotten takes his base, and unless I'm mistaken, that are the bases loaded. Them's bases loaded they are. 2 outs. An opportunity for Peninsula Transport, and there it is. That's going to be a run. They're going for 2. Yeah, chancy, but it's in. And Peninsula Transport cruise into the lead. Well, I know. And they've decided to take Tobin Jocular out because he's now a liability, and it's Eddie Brazil. And she's going to be trying to turn this game around a little bit. Take it by the scruff of the neck and put it in the cat basket. Strike 2. Foxed the heck out of Poncho Ramirez there. But based on his batting average, it doesn't take much to fox Poncho Ramirez. You can just kind of go, hey, Poncho, look, there's Elvis. And Poncho goes, huh? Strike 3. Here's Shamrock Bubble Jets. 1 for 1 so far today. Batting .500 in the playoffs. Yeah. He's obviously played quite well. Yeah. He's got a home run as well, you know. And that one's going to be a base hit. And his batting average is maintained. Clearly a strong player. Clearly is. Pingo's Pacific got a walk first time round. And she's checking the signs for Unlucky Jackson. Well, she's not. Unlucky Jackson checks the signs. That's the thing that the pitcher does. There's the attempted steal on second, and we've got that. But out number 1. I don't think you'd call that a steal necessarily. I think that was literally just the runner there, getting a head start on things, trying to beat traffic. It's 1 out now, and it's Jerome Disquiet as your batter. Come on, Jerome. What are you going to do for us? I don't know why I'm encouraging him, of course. I'm entirely non-partisan in this one. He strikes out, and he's going to go and sit down and think about what he's done with his life. Here's Scally Frank Fiasco, who has 3 home runs to his name over the course of the playoffs. Well, 1 now would be very useful because that would level things up. Oh, and that's exciting. A bit of a missed throw there and allows the Minstrels to take 3rd. Well, are we going to see a fiasco here? Strike 2, ball 2. And that was a bit on the low side. Jackson now passing 60 pitches. And that's a nice piece of fielding from Jaworski. And that's out number 3. The Minstrels unable to capitalise on strong position. And the game is now 4-2 in favour of Peninsula Transport. As Chester Craffons is up with his big smiling yam. And his baseball bat. And he's going to try and do something with his baseball bat. And that's not a bad hit at all. Although it's still caught anyway. Okay. I thought he had the money there, but he didn't. No, he emptied his pockets out and it turned out it was just fluff. Jermaine arc discharge now at bat. 2 strikes in a row. Swings at nothing there. That one's gone straight to the shortstop, and that's out number 2. Peninsula Transport not looking particularly anything at the moment. Here's Eddie Brazil. No, Unlucky Jackson. Beg your pardon, the pitcher. Crikey. Pitcher with an aggressive hit there. Caught, obviously, but going for it. I like that. I like it when a pitcher goes for it. Yeah. Minstrels batting. Okay, here's Clem Rigid. And what's he going to do for us? Come on, Clem, put on a show. He hasn't put on a show. He's stopped there at first, and he's out. Here's the pitcher, Eddie Brazil. Looks a bit nervous. Well, she's a pitcher. They're about to start throwing the ball at her. And even a bunt doesn't do her any good, so she's going to have to swing away here. And does, and gets a foul. Okay, is she going to swing again? Yep, and strikes out. Okay, then. Over to Randy Shanghai, round to the top of the order once again. 1 of 2 so far today. Is he going to be able to anything with the thing, the stuff? Well, no, so far. No, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson's still in here, you know. 70 pitches deep. Not showing too much sign of fatigue either, although it is starting to wear a little now. Arm is starting to become a little more jelly-like. Full counts. And that one was aimed squarely at his hip that he Macarenaed out the way of and takes first base. Here's Rourke Justice. Hello, Rourke. What's it going to be? That's ball 1. All right. Okay. There's ball 2. Yeah. How long are they going to stick with Jackson? Well, can't fault her performance so far in this inning. 2 outs. But some of these pitches are starting to get a little bit wobbly. Like that one. And that's 2 runners now walked as far as second base. Is Scooter Blum. Now would be a good time to make a change when they've got a big hitter in. But they're not doing it, and that's a big hit. It's over the head of the centre fielder, and that's a home run. And that was what the Peninsula Transport did not want to see. Blum getting a second homer of the day. Oh boy, and taking the lead to boot. Lots of fist bump and other manly actions going on there. As Shamrock Bubblejet comes up. And now they change the pitcher. Henk Vengeance coming in for Unlucky Jackson. Vengeance, not a great pitcher by any stretch of the imagination. His accuracy is not all that, but his mood is tight, and his fitness is squeaky. And that's Bubblejet there, swinging at thin air. Rounding out the inning, and at the end of 4, the Minstrels are up 5-4. Here's Papal Event Horizon. Okay, his confidence is right there, but his fitness is somewhere else entirely. Possibly having an umbrella-based drink. It's hard to say for sure. There's a lot of bat movement going on in his stance there. I can't see how that's going to help him in any way, and indeed it doesn't, as he's run out at first. 1 down. Here's Kira Refund. 1 of 2 so far today. She does have a bit of a power advantage against right-handed pitchers. And, puts that one in a difficult spot. Nice work. Base hits. Yeah. HUD mode full. What does this button do? HUD mode minimal. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, it's good. Oh, no, hold on. I can't see who's playing anymore. I need to see who's playing. Otherwise, I've got nothing to talk about. Otherwise, look, here's some dude. No, I need the deets, please. HUD mode none. Oh, that's nice. Camera mode gameplay. What's the other camera mode? Sorry, I've not been here before. Spectator cam. Holy mackerel. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm very into it. All right, from the start. Can we go and see somewhere else? Auto tracking on. Yeah, we'll take auto tracking. Okay, here's Shep Rotten. Next up to bat. We'll stick with this for a little while. Just to, spice things up a little bit. There's 1 out so far here in the 5th. Sorry, I got distracted by buttons that I was unfamiliar with. Okay, yeah. And it's really kind of hard to see what's going on from up here. You just kind of go, hey, they move forwards a little bit. What we got on? It looks like 3 runners on base. Anyway, Eddie Brazil's done for the day. They're bringing in June Rubble. This isn't telling me anything. No, it's not, is it? Action camera. All right, okay, show me. Give me some HUD. Okay, who's batting? That is Mighty Buffon, and he struck out just as we got here. Watching the action is Poncho Ramirez next up to bat. Yes, I've never seen these camera angles before. They're fantastic. I should watch more flipping spectatable games. Yep, come on. No! Although saying that, not being able to judge immediately that something was in or out is a tricky one. And that's another run there for Peninsula Transport. Another 2 runs. They get greedy and it counts. Solid work. Here's Chester Crankfons, and it's a bit of a Peninsula show right now, although they have 2 outs. And that one was not over the plate. That one was, and it's a low bouncer out to centre field. And they're going for another run. And it didn't work. Peninsula Transport getting aggressive, but they have retaken the lead again. It's back and forth stuff. Here's Pingo Pacific. Full of energy, but very tense. Yes, strike one. It's not, it was a ball. Okay, that one was a strike. Okay. That was a ball. Okay. And that one was a strike. I see. It's very hard to say for sure. And that was caught out immediately from third base. All right, yeah, give me more. I want to show me what else we got. Cycle cameras off. No. Give me that. Show me the next view. All right, this is the next view, and then this one. Okay. Yeah, there's some baseball happening while I'm mucking about with cameras. It's great. Yeah. Okay. All right. Super. Right. What else we got? Camera mode, gameplay. Yeah, let's go back here. Right, maybe have a bit more HUD, just so we can... Yeah, let's go back over here. Right, Henk Vengeance now, pitching the scouting fan Frank Fiasco. 6 plays 5, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. And Vengeance so far looking pretty solid. That one's gone into the crowd. Yeah, scouting Frank though, and he's not done anything so far today. Is that the one? It's off the back fence, and that could be another run. Making a play for home. There it is. And the Minstrels pull level. Well, you came to see excitement, and instead you got baseball and various camera behaviours. But it's still all happening. It's all good. Yeah, everything's crispy, and we're going to try and steal third. And had Arc Discharge held on to the ball there, they would have had the out, but they didn't get it, and that's a walk as well. So runners at the corners. Here's June Rubble. I wonder if they... Yeah, I thought they might. Donna Baps coming in place of June Rubble to pinch hit. And what's Donna come to do? She's come to play baseball. 1 out. Runners at corners. Game all tied up at the moment. Minstrels with everything to do and every opportunity to do it in. That's solid. Tricky to field. I don't think they're going to go for home here. They already got 1 run off that, and it's a double. Solid stuff, and the Minstrels are back ahead. Runners now second and third, 1 out. Vengeance's accuracy has left the building. Yeah. And it's Randy Shanghai at bats, and he's a good batter. As batting goes, he does it a lot when he gets the opportunity. You would think, however, that his head-beard combo, hair-beard combo, makes him a little bit top-heavy, so perhaps he has the opportunity to keel over on occasion. And Henk Vengeance is done for the day, and Linda Doesn't Care is coming in. They're taking out Poncho Ramirez for Bernard Learning Curve as well. There's a lot of strategy going on. Yeah, there is. Strike 1, ball 1. Doesn't Care, the pitcher. Trying to find a stride a little bit, and that's a nice hit. It's got some mileage, and there's the mileage that it has, and the runs just keep coming. And this is a big lead now for the Minstrels, getting I think 3 off that at bat. Oh boy, yeah. And Doesn't Care immediately loses her confidence as Scooter Boam is up to bat. Still only 1 out. The Minstrels have taken this game in a direction that the Peninsula Transport did not want it to go and cannot follow. and all of that kind of business. There's the full count, doesn't care, not being able to accurately pitch at all. And if anything, I would say Peninsula Transport are struggling when it comes to pitching accuracy. They are walking a heck of a lot of batters as Blum takes his base, and it's Shamrock Bubblejet up to bat. And that's a large hit. Yeah. Is it large enough? It is. It's off the back fence. This looks like another 2 runs coming in. And this game could be over. Goodness gracious. Well, that was a triple there for the batter, and Pingo Specific up next. Linda Doesn't Care is rattled. They are getting through their pitches far faster than they'd want to. And Peninsula Transport are, well, it's all going wrong. That's another run as we get another base hit. I'll give you the score at the end of the inning. See, I'll keep it for those of you listening on the wireless. I'll bring you up to speed when the inning's done. But right now, all you need to know is that the runs are racking up. Jerome Disquiet next up to bat, and he's got a runner on first. If he can figure out something to do with it, he hasn't figured out much of anything so far today. Strike 2, ball 2. There's ball 3. What's it going to be? It's another walk. Oh dear. And you have to say, how the heck did Peninsula Transport get here with this calibre of pitcher? Only 20 pitches in, and Linda Doesn't Care. Her confidence is completely gone. Her accuracy is about to depart the building as well, and runners first and second with only 1 out here at the bottom of the 5th inning. And there's another walk. 3 walks in a row. Surely they're going to bench her now. Clem Rigid next up. He's already had a walk today as well. Yeah. There's strike 1. Okay. That's an actual strike. That one was a ball, though. All right. Business as usual. Rigid could have swung at that one. That was a perfectly legitimate pitch. Anyway, he swings at the wrong one, and he finds himself going to sit down like some kind of Charlie. Here's Donna Baps. Well, did well first time around. I know, we're seeing the pinch hitter for the second time in the same inning. Well, it's the only time you will see them the second time. Yeah, well, I suppose right there is that. And that's the end of that show. And out number 3. And Donna Baps sits down, and it's Adam Lawsuit who's coming in to pitch. 8 runs batted in there for the Minstrels. And the score is now 13-6. And up to bat, it's Arc Discharge. And he starts boldly. With a hit out to right field. Just a base hit, nothing too dramatic. Here's Bernie Learning Curve. I think he prefers Bernard, but frankly, it doesn't really matter at this point. That's trouble. Lawsuit with a throw to second. That's out number 1. Didn't manage to get the original runner. So that's only 1 out. Here's Papal Event Horizon. He's done nothing other than a home run so far today. I mean, that's not nothing. Obviously, that's significant and important and valuable. But he needs to turn it on. He needs to upgrade on the centigrade. There, 3 balls in a row, and that's a walk. And Adam Lawsuit is just going, oh dear, what am I doing? Why am I here? What's gone wrong with my life? And there's Kira Refund next up. Runners first and second, 1 out, top of the 6th. And Lawsuit. Nope, fouled off. Okay. 2 strikes, no balls so far. There's 1 now, though. Yeah, you see, I mean, that was inevitably going to happen. That one's a little bit wide. And that one's popped up backwards over the fence, into the fence. The fence is involved. And there's a hit. And runners are now occupying every base. This is a dangerous time for the Minstrels, who will be hoping to put this game away after maybe, 1 or 2 more innings. But a successful run of play here could see Peninsula Transport right back into it. Neither team managing to keep it clean from the mound. Oh, they're keeping it dirty from the mound. Yes. That's trouble, though. Fiasco gets the first out. And 1 run batted in, but that's 2 outs now. Runners at corners. And what are we looking at? Well, it's Rotten Shep. And It's all to play for. 2 outs. 2 runners on base, and that's caught out by Fiasco. Peninsula Transport wasting a big opportunity there to pull level. And the Minstrels are up next. Can they continue their magnificent run of walks that they've had so far? They've taken Linda Doesn't Care off. Yeah, she was no good to them. And brought in Tandy Appleseed. Shep Rotten is also out of here, and Jackson Clowncar's on in his place. Appleseed is already looking a little bit peaky, tired, unconfident, one might say. But that one's caught out immediately, so, you know, unconfident's not a word. Doesn't matter. Next up, it's Rourke Justice, and there's a base hit. Yeah, making an immediate impact. Here's Scooter Bois. 2 home runs today. Surely a lock-in for your top star of the day. If he gets another good hit here, it could be locked in. A bit of a missed throw there from the pitcher, and that's second base taken. 1 out, runner on second, and it's Scooter to bat. He's not done so well this time though. He's out. No, but the runner does advance to third, so you could look at that as a deliberate sacrifice. You shouldn't, because it wasn't. He was trying to do more than that. Bubble Jet next up, strike 1. Pretty slow change up there that he swang at, and swang works, and he shouldn't have. Meanwhile, Appleseed, 10 pitches in, and all his stats are a bit peaky, but that's come up the right way, and that's caught out there in centre field. Out number 3, end of the inning. And at the end of 6, it's 13 Minstrels, 7 Transport. 3 to go. Peninsula Transport need to dig deep and find some offence. They haven't found it there. No, that's strike 1. Mighty Buffon, their first opportunity to try and get themselves back into this game. If they don't get themselves back into this game, the season's over. So, no pressure. Out number 1. Oh, yeah, Lawsuit loves that. He gets himself a strikeout. That's going to build his confidence. Here's Jackson Clowncar, he's poised, his Clowncar, but is he poised enough? Does he have what it takes? Yes, he does. Base hit to third, to left field there. It's out in the direction of third, you see. That's where I was going with that, but it doesn't make any sense, you see, which is why I revised what it was I was saying. Lawsuit to Crank Fonz. Fonz there, going for big stuff. Doesn't find big stuff, just finds the fielder there who catches him out. 2 outs now. Peninsula Transport running low on opportunities. Here's Jermaine Arc discharge. What's he got for us in his bag of baseball mystery? Strike 2. That's what he's got so far. Oh, yeah, but now's the real surprise. Oh, the rage. Oh, Arc discharge there. Discharging his rage into his bat, into the floor. And Peninsula Transport all out. Here are the Minstrels. Here they come. And it's Pingo specific to lead the way. So she's juiced as far as health is concerned, which, as far as I'm concerned, means she's on steroids. Well, if that's what steroids gets you, probably shouldn't bother. And she's out. Here's Disquiet, 1 of 2 today, and a couple of walks as well. Easy life. Yep, for people that like the old on-base percentage. Discharge is, beg your pardon, Disquiet is putting in a masterclass. You can subscribe, and he struck out. Appleseed there, finding some magic, and making it sprinkle like pixie dust all over the screen. 2 outs now. Peninsula Transport maybe having a defensive moment. Well, they've needed to have more than one defensive moment in the game so far, but this is one that will matter if they can make it work. Scowling Frank, 2 strikes so far, only 1 ball. He's swinging at just about everything, and he gets that one out to left field. Event Horizon fielding that one back again, and the Minstrels have a runner on first. Here's Clem Rigid. He's had a walk and 3 misses. Time for another pitcher, say Peninsula Transport, and it's Tiger Chain Gang has come in. And I'll be honest with you, he's rubbish. So, but I mean, that's strike 2. And that's strike 3. Yep, Clem Rigid there, chucks his bat away in disgust as the side is retired. Still 13 plays 7. here at the end of 7 as Bernard Learning Curve is up to bat. 0 for 1 so far today. And he's not going to go anywhere off the kind of hitting that was. Went foul, see. Strike 2. Lawsuit. No. Learning Curve, though, he really hit the silly out of that. But it didn't work because it was foul. And there's another foul. Oh. And he's gone. He's gone after hitting a whole bunch of rubbish. He just lets one cruise straight over the plate and he's history. Here's Papal Event Horizon. And that's ball number 1. And that's another ball, which would make 2. But that one is not. He's hit that one. It's out into right field, and it will take his base. Peninsula Transport getting a man on, which is exactly what they need. Kira Refund now, the catcher, to follow up. How good. You would imagine she would be a heck of a hitter, right? This is second in the batting order. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lawsuit's velocity has faded dramatically. That's ball 3. How are we about to see the end of Adam Lawsuit? And that is a very difficult ball to field. But they have fielded it. Because, I mean, it's not impossible. It's not like it's covered in spikes and flames and stuff. No. It just went right down the foul line. Lawsuit is done for the day. And Jim Drunken's coming in instead. Jerome Disquiet has been told to sit himself down as well. And Helmet Cenobite's coming in to replace him at right field. It's ball number 1 as Jim Drunken is trying to accomplish something. He's got high levels of confidence, which means he's clearly already played in the playoffs and done quite well, but he's tired. He is a tired pitcher. Strike 2, ball 2. That one's fouled off. Runners first and second. Peninsula Transport really need this. Otherwise, I reckon they're fresh out of chances. Still fouling it off. 8 pitches so far from Jim. All of them to this one guy, and he gives up a walk. Oh, well, this really is an opportunity. Tiger Chain Gang up to bat. They're taking him out before he's even thrown many pitches. Steady Bob coming into bat. Not much of a pinch hitter, as to be said, but would have been better than the pitcher. 2 balls now. Bases are loaded, and that's terrible. That's the worst possible outcome. Out number 2, but they did get a run. Alright, here's Mighty Buffon. He's tense. He's feeling the pressure now. And that's not a bad hit, but I think it will be caught. And it is. And Peninsula Transport blow bases loaded when they needed all those runs. Steady Bob sits down. Blix Gornock coming on in his place to pitch. Going into the bottom of the 8th. And the Minstrels are still up by 5. And they have the bat. Here is Gornock pitching to Helmet Cenobite. Now, Blix Gornock is actually a heck of a pitcher. They should have brought him in earlier. But they didn't. And that's out number 1. No. He's got 18 strikeouts over the course of the playoffs, Blix Gornock. Really should have brought him in earlier. Yeah, I know. And maybe they were saving him for Game 3. Well, they have to get to Game 3 first, and they lost Game 1, so, I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. I blame the management. Well, it's always safe to blame the management. No one's going to yell at you for going, oh, the management don't know what they're doing. They're a bunch of wazzocks. Here's Rourke Justice, having a good game. Double, single, couple of walks. It's all happening. It's all up-ons. And not chancing anyone stealing a base. 1 out. Runner on first. And it's Rourke Justice with some batting action. And that's a nice hit to centre field. Okay, well, the Minstrels looking threatening once more. Here's Scooter Bois. And that's not what you want to hear. Gonna go, oh, we've got to get them all out. Oh, here's one of their most prolific hitters. Ball 1. That's quite a vicious swerve that Gornock's got on what I can imagine is his curveball. But none of them have been on target so far. Bois there hitting a foul. That one's a little high. 3 balls. And that one's fouled off as well. Well, we're at the full count mark. And that's terrible. Oh! Crank Fonz there, missing the easy out. No one is out. And that's dreadful. That is absolutely awful. The base is loaded and there's 1 out and it's Shamrock Bubblejet up to bat. And that would have been the end of the inning. But Peninsula Transport could not make the play. Bubblejet strikes out. And it falls to Pingu Pacific to try and make something of this loaded base scenario. Strike one. Blix Gornuk, are you a believer? Because the game rests on his shoulders right now. Strike two. And there's a strikeout. And when the time came, they called upon Blix Gornuk, who delivered. And that could have been an absolute disaster for Peninsula Transport. But here we are, top of the ninth. It is Jim Drunken pitching to Jackson Clowncar. Jim Drunken he's not a great pitcher. But is he good enough? Minstrels leading by 5. Well, I mean, what are you going to say? Well, that one's only trickled out to first. Boam there picks it up, and that's out number 1. 2 outs left between the Minstrels and the World Series title of Electrosports Baseball. And it is really the World Series because it's being shown all over the world on the internet, which makes it closer to the World Series than the actual World Series, which you have to have a special season pass type ticket sort of deal in order to watch the games. This is brought to you free because we care. 2 outs now. And Jermaine Arc Discharge is your last best hope for peace. Is he going to get anything? I would say probably not. I think this is it. And this is, start packing your bags and popping your confetti. That one's off the fence. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Arc Discharge is struck out. And that's the end of that. The Minstrels take the field. They are ruddy delighted. Look at them. Look at the slow motion delight on their faces. Look at this fence action. Straight over that fence. He's gone over the fence as well. He'd be lucky not to kick his teammate in the head. And they're celebrating by flipping a fat bloke in the air. There he is. Scooter Boam, who's obviously going to be your MVP for this game. Oh, big fist punch. There, he's very pleased. Everyone's pleased or surrendering. Could be either, possibly both. Lots of waving going on and some clapping as well. The team are thrilled. The crowd are out there and they're pretty pleased about everything as well. And those are your Wretched Minstrels, the new world champions of the Electrosports Baseball League. Let's do some stats just because we always do the stats. Seems like a bit of a downer, to be honest. I could have left it there with the team just walking off the fields, and that would have been a lovely end to the season. But we're not doing that. There you go, some numbers for you. All right. And then pitching-wise, they've given Henk Vengeance the loss, despite the fact he only pitched 0.2 of an inning. Is that just 2 pitches? I think it's just 2 pitches, isn't it? It might be. Doesn't really matter. Awful lot of walks, though. 11 walks given up by Peninsula Transport, which is far from ideal. Scooter Boam is your player of the day. A B-grade player takes your number 1 star, followed by Rock Justice and Papal Event Horizon. I beat Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for tuning into this season of the Electrosports Baseball League. We'll be back after a brief hiatus while teams are reassigned and players are moved around in the draft ahead of the next season. If you are here at the right time, you might not be, okay? You might not be. You might be too early. But I'm putting together the season almanac for Season 5 of the Electrosports Baseball League, and I will link it from the top comment below, in the comments that are the top comments below. If you're a member of Fail Brigade, we do have a couple of teams open if you'd like to helm them through the draft and help ensure that they're in the best possible shape for the next season. If you'd like to join Fail Brigade, head over to the Colonel Failure Video Entertainment channel and you'll find all the links you need there. Thanks very much for watching. Tune in next season, that is sure to be thrilling when the league is reorganised and we do all of this again. Cheerio!